What's going on? Peace, peace, Black family. This your man Al Jihad the God, Black Power, Crip Life. Those who know me know this. Man, I'm with a special guest, man. One of my big brothers, man. Back when I was going by my I say well, you know, I call it the slave name. I was Little Johnny, and this right here is Big Johnny. You know what I mean? So I always looked up to him as a big brother, man, a real humble brother, real good brother, and also an educator. Y'all see the title? Y'all see the title, man? Y'all see the title? We are losing too many of our black babies to this prison instead of, you know, well, actually, I can say it actually done went down that we actually starting to see more college students than we see in prison, but we still seeing a high ass percentage of our babies, you know what I mean, going to the prison, man, from the school, man. And right now, we're just trying to see what can we do as educators, as parents. What can we do to stop this continuation of our youngsters, you know what I mean, losing their life to this prison yard? You know what I mean? Is the schools doing enough, or is the parents doing enough? You know what I mean? So that's basically where we at, man. So, would you like to call me? Would you like to call me? Just call you Johnny, brother?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Johnny.
Okay. Well, this is brother Johnny right here. What you tell the people about yourself, dear brother?
Um, Name is Johnny. You know, grew up on the east side. Still live on the east side. Been a teacher. This will be my 15th year teaching. Um, and that's basically it. Probably more. I'm a certified social studies teacher or history teacher. And I also do the in-school suspension, in-school intervention, in-house, whatever you remember it called. That's what I do now.
Okay. Boy, Lord knows I'd have been in school detention so many times. Yeah. I think one year they just kept my ass in there. Like, man, just keep that nigga in detention, man. You know what I mean? Every time he come out, he fighting and shit, and you know, just keep his ass in detention.
And that was against the rules.
uh, for all y'all don't know, I'm gonna give y'all a little history, man. Back when I first started getting down, man, this brother here, he's actually trying to steer me away from the gang life. You know what I mean? He's always trying to talk me out of it, type shit, man. But I was a hard-headed little brother. You know what I mean? You know, I remember the first time I seen Menace to Society. I was in your bedroom when you had bootleg the fucking the VHS.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, and I never told my Aunt Virginia Ray, may God rest her soul. Aunt Virginia Ray is my brother's mother, which one of my favorite great aunties. Great aunties.
Yeah.
That woman loved me to death, man. I'm talking every time that I needed something to eat and I was in the hood, cause my brother and his mother lived right across the way from the neighborhood I used to be in all the time. Yeah. So anytime I run away from home or something, and I done been in the hood for about 2-3 days. My stomach touching my back. I go right over there, man. Go grab me something to eat real quick, man, and get right back at it, man. But yeah, our brother is an educator, man, and I felt it was very important that we do this conversation, man. I promise you I won't keep you on long, dear brother. But I know school is starting back. Have y'all started back yet?
Yes, on last Thursday. On the 11th. Yeah, Kendall's birthday.
Who?
I said Kendall's birthday.
Oh, Kendall's born day. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Boy, that's a whole nother conversation right there, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That. Yes, sir. For those who don't know, Kendall is our little cousin. He passed away about almost a year ago, right?
Over a year ago.
It's over a
like
year?
last June. Last June, July, yeah.
Yeah. That's another one of our little cousins, man. That's now rested with the ancestors. May God, may God walk with our dear brother. Hold up, I don't know what the hell just happened. Oh shit. Okay, there we go. I'm back. All right. So you still teaching up at was that Roosevelt, right?
Yeah, I was. Now I'm down at FD Moon.
Oh yeah, Moon now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't know that. I thought you still up at Roosevelt, man.
Nah, I came to the crib.
Yeah, that's right. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful, man. So, I guess we can start this thing off, man. With one of my first questions, man, that I always used to go back and forth, with a lot of our people with, man. Who is more responsible for our children's education, the teachers or the parents? In your humble, opinion, sir.
The parents. The parents are the first teachers. And learning don't start when the kid get to school. It starts way before that kid enter the classroom. If that's probably part of the problem, is that a lot of our kids are starting when they get to the classroom. By that time, they way behind.
Mm, mm. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Uh, it was a thing on YouTube I was looking at, brother. Uh, I forgot the sister name, but the sister had made a very, very valid point, man. She said that when school start back, the teacher come with the list, of everything that they need in the class, right? Hand sanitizer, toilet napkins, and basically the whole list of supplies. Look, I ain't gonna lie. Now the list have got a little longer since I was a little nigga. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It wasn't nothing but bring paper, pencils, and crayons and shit.
Yeah.
But it's understandable in today's times, though, right?
Yeah.
Especially dealing with all these, I'm gonna say, biological diseases that's coming out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So the sister was saying that how the parents are be griping at y'all, like, God damn, like they need all this stuff and all this. But what kills me is that, but when it was the hot girl summer in the turn up summer for our people, we had no problems of going to go buy $200 Jordans and Gucci belts and all that old bullshit. I guess I would ask you, like, do y'all experience that a whole lot for us when it come to Moon, man?
Man, we experienced that. It's not just that Moon, it's all over.
Yes, sir.
Parents, I mean, basically, we're expected to give them everything, give the kid everything, free food, free lunch, pencils, paper, Chromebook, you name it. Majority of parents expect us to give it to the kids.
Mm, mm. So basically, in so many words, parents try to push most of the responsibility on y'all.
Nah, they don't try. I mean, that's they put it right on us. You know what I mean? And we're responsible for everything. As far as that kids' learning goes, everything they need to learn, and that's part of the problem right there. Because the same parent will pay for their kid to play AAU basketball, and travel all over the country with their kid playing basketball. But if I ask you to buy $30 worth of school supplies, then it's a problem.
Wow. That's something else, man. And I know what you're saying is to be the absolute truth, because once upon a time, my children attended Marcus Garvey.
Mm-hmm.
And the school system came and shut Marcus Garvey down, to me, for some bullshit.
Yeah.
And principal, Dr. McPherson, you probably know that brother, right?
Yeah, Kevin.
Yes, sir. The brother called us. We all met back at the school after we went down to the Board of Education when they was having the hearing or whatnot. Me and my wife, we was down there, man. And they basically say they had to close the school. Well, basically they said they had to close school down. They just say they're not gonna fund the school no more.
Right.
So, man, brother got us all in the auditorium. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that many people from the get-go when we went back to the auditorium. We went back that same night. and he had made the statement. He said, "Man, well, we, you know what I'm saying, we don't need they money to fund us, man. It's
Right.
enough. If there's enough children here, if every parent was doing, and it was a small number too, man, like $20 a week or something like that. It was a small
Yeah.
$50 a week, some shit like that. He said, man, we can literally fund our own children. You know what I mean?
Yes.
To go to get an education. And this brother was talking about taking the babies to Africa and I mean all that shit, man. You
Yeah.
know, and so he had set up a date for us to come back. This after we had left the school board, and when we so we set up a date like a week later to come back to see, you know what I mean, how many parents was going to do it. You know what I mean, that was with it.
Yeah.
Dude, besides me and my wife, I counted probably 8 more people showed up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that right there was sad as hell, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it is, man. Like, you'll have kids that are athletes, right? Parents will never see the teacher, but if I put that kid on the bench for whatever reason, now we got a conference with the principal or something like that about playing time. But you don't want a conference with the kid about the grades, the kid's parent teacher about the grades or anything. It's our priorities are misplaced. And that's the problem. And that's why our babies aren't learning, because like you said, we're going to school and we get kids. I'm not an elementary school teacher, but those teachers get kids that they don't know letters, they don't know numbers, they don't even know what their name look like on paper. And so that teacher is basically, man, he's playing catch up, right? It's the teacher is playing catch up, and there's nothing. I mean, that baby is going to be behind without the help of the parent, you know. And so, of course, from kindergarten to first, the gap is, you know, not that big. First to second, it get bigger. Second to third, it gets bigger. By the time they get to middle school, get to me in middle school, and if they don't know anything, they just a class disruption. And then they get to high school, it becomes a problem because they hadn't learned anything. And then they drop out, because in high school is when it get real. That's when you need credits. You pass, you get credit. You don't pass, you don't get no. It's simple. Because, you know, from K through 8, a teacher can give you a grade to pass you. We can pass you on. You know, you'll get a C or whatever. But when you get to high school, if you don't know that content, you ain't getting the credit. You don't get a credit, you behind. You get behind, most of the kids end up dropping out. And that's how it starts. And then they start doing stuff to get themselves caught up, get in the system.
Yes, sir.
And so that's part of it, man. And just from my experience, you know, of course, I'm not speaking for every teacher because I can't do that. But we glorify as our community, we glorify ignorance. You know, ignorance is glorified. You know, because the same kids that go to kindergarten that don't know the ABCs 1, 2, 3s, they know the latest song, they know the latest dances, and they look good. You know, they got the latest, you know, Vans or whatever on, but they don't know the ABCs 1, 2, 3s. They don't know the mama's name. What's your mama's name, mama? You know what I mean? Like it's like that's serious business, man. And we as a people, we were excellent, you know, as far as education. We were serious about that. You know, Malcolm said it, education is the passport to the future. Yes, and it don't matter how you get it. You know, I mean, we're not talking about, you don't have to go to college if you self-educate. You know what I mean? You can read, you done studied, you know what I mean? But a lot of us won't do it, man. And the babies are hurting because of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, y'all get some jewels today, man. Y'all get some jewels today, man. Hit that like, share, subscribe, man. Definitely hit that share button, man, because I know this problem is not only in Oklahoma City, man. No. This problem is not only in Oklahoma City, man, because it's been so many school shutdowns, man. Like, you know, and once you shut down the education system, I mean, you basically got a neighborhood full of future criminals, man. Because for one, speaking for myself, when I was a youngster, you know, well, that's one thing. That one thing I can't say, man. That I give praise to God too, man. That I always wanted to know. I never was one of those brothers that was cool with not knowing.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of us is not on that. Is not on that page.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, ignorance is bliss to a lot of us. You know, because once you know better, you're gonna have to start doing better.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna start looking like a hypocrite.
Yes.
Once you know what I'm saying, once you do the opposite of you know, of knowing.
Of what
you know. What I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Your thoughts on, and you kind of spoke on it a little bit there, brother, about the athlete program versus the education. Now, man, I done seen teachers damn near get into fights with the parents because, like you said, they done got sit on the bench, stuff like that. And it's like, I guess I'm asking from your opinion, you know what I'm saying, your humble opinion. Do you think it's because that our parents are somewhat like damn ready to pimp their children out because they know about the money that can come in, possibly? And you gotta understand though, and a lot of our people don't understand that, nigga, it's not a good fucking chance y'all gonna go to the NFL or the NBA.
Well, less than 5% chance, but you know, you got a hell of a lot better shot at being an accountant or a doctor than you will playing basketball in the NBA or football or whatever it is. But yeah, they see them dollar amounts, man. You know, them baseball players. I'm a baseball coach, so you see those baseball players getting those $300, $400 million contracts. You know, hell, you know, you take that kid to the batting cage a little more. You know what I mean? But the crazy thing is, to be able to get to college, you have to be able to stay in college. So that means you got to know how to read and write and you know, think critically and do those assignments. And a lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on the, you know, like that's kind of like a lottery ticket stuff, getting to the NBA, you know. And so we put a lot of emphasis on that. But if you put emphasis on education, like I said, it's nothing for a kid to be hella dream. I always say, I tell my kids, I call my students my kids. So I tell them a dream is nothing but deciding what you want to do and going after it. That's it. You know what I mean? You can attain pretty much like anything you want to do. You just got to decide what you want to do and then go work, go get it. That's it. But, you know, we want to, a lot of us, you know, they own the sports tip. And the crazy thing is, man, most of them kids, they ain't gonna make it past like high school because, you know, priorities change and stuff like that. And so, man, get that knowledge in them. All of my kids play sports, competitive sports. My son played baseball in college. My daughter had the opportunity to play softball in college. She chose not to because she didn't want to grind no more. Because, you know, in college, after high school, it ain't fun no more. It's a job. Yeah. My son woke up at 5 o'clock, went to work out, go eat breakfast, go to class, baseball practice for 3 hours, go eat. Then you go back to the batting cage for 2 hours. And that was his day. Take a bath, go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing. I mean, and my daughter, she was like, she didn't want to do that. And so, but I also pushed education. You know, my son graduated high school with a 3.7 GPA. He graduated college with a 3.5 GPA because I was on him. But I don't even want people to think that you have to go to college. You can go to tech school. It's free. You can go learn how to weld, be a cosmetologist, be a plumber, HVAC. You can go do all of that stuff, man, for free. Your junior and senior year in high school. And hell, by the time when you're 18, you can put a sign on the side of a truck and you own your business.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, you don't have to go to college. I just try to keep them out of the system, man, because when you get in the system, I ain't never been in the system, but it looked like you on a hamster wheel because it's hard to stay out of. Get out. Yeah, it's hard to get, you know, once you get in, it's hard to do right because, you know, it's hard to make money. People won't hire you. Then you got to go make money how you used to make money. How you used to make money get you locked up. Then you in and then you out, you know, and stuff like that. And so That's why I always try to tell my kids, man, find something that you like to do, and that's gonna fund your lifestyle. Everybody don't, like you talked about Jordans and Gucci belts. Everybody don't want that. Yeah. So, but if you do like Jordans and Gucci belts and Mercedes Benzes, you better find a career that's gonna allow you to fund that.
For sure.
You know.
What? Why do you think? You actually hit a point, because that's how I teach my children. Like I don't say yeah, y'all finna go to college, because to me, college is like just setting you up to be a educated slave to another motherfucker's company. You know what I mean? Because I don't see like my daughter, she went to my oldest child, she went to college, but she's not doing the thing that she went to college for. You know what I mean? She's doing something totally different, and she's working for somebody else. And sometimes I'll be like, the reason why I say it like that, brother, because like it's like I go to college and I'm not being prepared to become a boss. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be prepared to become an entrepreneur. You know, right. But most people that go to college is that they're getting set up to go work for someone else. You know,
that's the truth. I mean, I think Dr. Umar touched on that. You know, he was like, I'm a psychologist, and you got to come and offer my services. Not everybody want my service, but if I was an HVAC, I did heat and air, I would be busy all summer because people want, you know what I mean? And so that's why I'm if you want to go to college, go to college. But if you want to do tech school, and Oklahoma actually has some of the best tech schools in the country. Go learn you Francis Tuttle, Metro Tech, man, we train the best. Tech. Yeah, and so Moore Norman, they all over the place. The Middale, go get you a trade, and like you said, be your own boss. Metro Tech or tech schools actually, in my opinion, they teach you to be a boss, because you go learn that service. If I go learn how to be a plumber, hell, I can fix anybody's plumbing. I don't need to go work for Roto-Rooter to be a plumber. I'm a plumber. I already got my certification. I got my truck. I got my tools. I'm a plumber. It's Johnny's Plumbing. You see what I'm saying? A Johnny's Plumbing service. I'm my own boss. And so that's kind of true, like you said, because I went and I got a master's in education, but unless I want to start my own school, I'm probably going to always work for a school district and that kind of thing.
Have you ever thought about that, starting your own school?
Yeah, we talk about it. I talk about it with my wife. I'm gonna start off with a summer camp, just to because that's another thing that harm my kids. Where you go like, and I'm not big into the white black stuff. I tell my kids at school, I said white people don't eat steak. I said people who can afford to eat steak eat steak. You see what I'm saying? Black people don't eat ramen noodles. People who can only afford to eat ramen noodles eat ramen noodles. And so when you from, a lot of those suburban kids, a lot of the suburban parents, black, white, and different, those kids are taking vacations. They're learning away from school in the summer. Our kids, a lot of time in, let's say in the inner city, man, when school is out, the brain goes off, they do their little TikTok and it don't get turned back on until it's time to go back to school. But man, if you grow up and your parent can afford to take you on vacations and you can tell your class what it's like to be in the Atlantic Ocean or the Indian Ocean, or what it's like the Eiffel Tower looks like, or what the pyramids look like. I mean, there are some kids that are going on those and they're going on those vacations and they're learning over the summer. And it's more ways to learn than just sitting in a classroom and somebody talking to you doing assignments. That's another way to learn. And that's how people who can afford it, that's how they kids learn. Like we can go to different, let's just say the United States, we can go to different areas of the country, and you'd be like, man, it ain't like Oklahoma. You see the difference, right? You go out to Cali, they talk different, walk different, dress different. You know what I mean? Then you go down south, it's different. And you learn that stuff. Yeah. a lot of our kids, man, a lot of them don't leave the east side unless they go in the Penn Square Mall. And so they think everything is like Oklahoma City, the east side of Oklahoma City, and a little different by Penn Square Mall. So that's why I want to start a summer camp and kind of broaden their horizons a little bit. So they're learning over the summer and make it fun where you will want to do it. And then, let them notice a big old world outside of their little neighborhood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Man, y'all get some jewels, man. It's man out the God, man, with my man's Johnny, man. Educator, man, that truly give a damn about our children, man. You know what I mean? As far as the education, man. So y'all be sure and hit that like button, man. Because the more time you hit that like button, the more I stay in rotation, man. Because y'all know I've been getting shadow banned, man. Like they do not. Hey, my channel, man. Like literally, man. Like it's so many of my people that get on my comments, be like, man, it said that you just got off, but they don't get notifications. You know what I mean? That's because they don't want to hear this right here. Right. They don't want to hear this. I was going to speak on this. Now, when I was going to school, which was many moons ago, it used to be like a repetitive thing. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like they was teaching us to be parents. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that, like, like they come to, even though now, like, man, that's why I say you got to give thanks to God, man, for technology. I can't lie, especially when it comes to YouTubes and Googles and shit, because now you can say like, well, hold up, man, I read this other thing and what you saying is some bullshit. You know what I mean? But it was always like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you read this book, memorize the words, and give the answers on there. Now, what's your opinion for us on repetitive education versus free will education?
Yeah, that is definitely frowned upon in the district. That rote memorization and memorizing stuff. That might be one of the things you will lose your job over, because they evaluate you on it all the time now. This is throughout. I know this is throughout our district, and and they don't want you to give those. Who was Martin Luther King? What year was he born? Give those blanket answers. They want you to ask deeper questions. We call them depth of knowledge questions, or DOK. And so it's like DOK 1, 2, 3, 4. And they want us mostly operating in that 3 and 4 range, where you got where our students are thinking critically and can tell you in depth why Malcolm was who he was, as opposed to where was he born, what group did he belong. Yeah, they went away from that. And like I said, that probably might be one of the things that will get you, I don't want to say get you fired, because it's hard to fire a teacher if you got tenure, but it's one of those things that'll get you that low evaluation and you might move around. But if you are like a young teacher, don't have tenure, yeah, you're not going to be around and asking those questions. But then again, like we talked about earlier, a lot of our kids don't even know who Malcolm X is. So it's hard to get a whole lot of go deep when I'm trying to get them to understand who or what this person is or what this subject is or whatever. A lot of them come, man, they don't know. That's why we get so much Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, because that's all. I mean, that's it. And a lot of the teachers don't know on a whole the depth of the stuff. So, you can't go deep with somebody who don't know. I mean, and I'm gonna be honest, man, one year we were talking about the feast of 1620, the first Thanksgiving or whatever. Kids had never done that. They ain't know who pilgrims were. They knew the natives that, and so we going, and so you can't, it's basically, this is bad, but you have to bring it way down in a lot of situations, just because they start behind, man, those teachers. If anybody want to know what your kid is learning, you can go to the State Department of Education's website. You can go look at the standards. It has standards for every grade. So if your kid is in the 3rd grade, you can go to 3rd grade and give you all the standards for his classes, you know. And so that's what the teachers are learning. And the teachers, man, language arts teachers, man, they might have a doggone textbook of standards they have to get through. And it's just like they just don't have, it's just not enough time in the day. Those are standards. Let me back up. Those are standards for somebody who is on level. So if I get little Johnny, he's a 3rd grade, he read on the 3rd grade level, he has a 3rd grade understanding. Those standards work for little Johnny. But a lot of our kids come into class 3rd grade, but they may be on the 1st grade or below 1st grade as far as the understanding goes. So that teacher is trying to bring that kid up. So what happens is little Johnny is on the level and he may not get any enrichment because the teacher's spending a lot of time trying to bring the other babies up to speed. That's where the parents come in. Learning, I mean, it starts at home, and it's so many shows. And you go to Netflix, you can go to YouTube, so many shows. Like my grandbaby is 5, she can tell you all the planets. She can tell you what the planets are about, you know, the red planet. She talk about all that stuff. It's so many shows. My daughter started her out on DVDs, but then she found all these shows like the Number Blocks and Alpha Blocks and stuff like that. And she knows, she'll tell you right now, yesterday she asked me, she said, Papa, what's 3 + 3 + 3? I said 9. And she said, how did you know that? And I was like, you know, because I'm kind of smart. But, you know, she knows stuff like that. She's 5 years old, but she learns a lot of that stuff from Number Blocks. And so, man, there's no reason that our kids should be left behind, because it's I mean, in parent, I don't care if you don't know. You don't have to know. Alpha Blocks is teaching you. Alpha Blocks will teach the kid. So that's what you have to do. And so it starts with us, man. It starts with us.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I was damn sure on it, man. Like far as when I was working a different shift, and I was able to get up in the morning with my babies and whatnot. Yeah. They used to be mad. I ain't gonna lie, but I wake their ass up. I was on one of those what's it called? Gracie's Corner.
Yes. That's one of the ones.
Yeah, Gracie's Corner. It's another one too. It's you know basically know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Those educational things, man. And I
help them count money, tell time, all of that.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I try to stay beside. Now, far as when it comes to our history, and of course I'm big on that in our house because I want my children to have pride on who we are. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I try to tell our babies, like, don't you know the first mathematician, the first scientist was a brother that go by the name of Imhotep? You know what I mean? That a lot of people had to, you know what I mean? That the world got its education from this specific brother. You know what I mean? And then you go back to the Dogon tribe. You know what I mean? That was able to calculate the stars. You know what I mean? Just by looking at them, man. Like, we come from a royal bloodline of educators, man. We are the first. All education come from us.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy that all this education that come from us seem like it seemed like the more, like, if you look at a lot of these reality TV shows and shit like this, man, it's dumbing our children the fuck down, man. It's dumbing them down, and the parents, they man, you know, it's kind of crazy to say, but our parents fucking influence this shit. They push it, you know, like you say, little Johnny, little Ray, whatever. He over there, you know, he can break down the whole drill music and all this old type shit, you know, and that's actually a gift because he got memory. You know what I mean? So that's actually, but look at the shit that he's memorizing though.
Right.
You know, just look at the shit that he's memorizing. And then you literally have these parents today, man. And I did a video last night, man, speaking on accountability.
Yes.
You know? So I'm like, you know, if anything happened to our children, you know what I'm saying, for as you went out, brother.
Okay. Okay. All right, there I go.
Okay, yes, sir. Yeah. So I was speaking on accountability. So I'm like, you know what, man, anything that's fucked up in your life, man, stop pointing the finger and say it's everybody else's goddamn fault.
Yeah.
You know,
we got to tighten up, man. I'm gonna tell you, Ice Cube did a song back when I was 18 on that. It might have been Death Certificate. Us. You remember that song, Us?
Man.
We'll always sing the blues because all we care about is hairstyles and tennis shoes. Yeah, you know, like we got to tighten up, and we can't worry about who's doing what. We just got to tighten up, and we got to worry about what we're doing. Yeah. We got to do, you know, we got to tighten up our own stuff, man. And like you was talking about that, like this TV reality, man. I'm gonna tell you, when we were in school, girls fought. You might see 1 or 2 girl fights a year.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Honestly, man, now you see girl fights. They fight more than the boys. I'm not, and I've had to break up some of these fights, man, and they fighting. They ain't like, it ain't no hair pulling like back them little girl fights I'm talking about when I was in school. Nah, these jokers are squaring up like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and they doing damage. Man, I've had to break up more than enough girl fights, and it's usually like 3 or 4 people to break them fights up. That's how hard they go. I mean, like one person can't break it up.
You feel it come from the programming?
I think it's like reality TV. And the crazy thing is, man, it's our kids, it's everybody. It's not like now I would really be losing my mind with like the Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff if it was just black girls, but nah, it's everybody. Name a race, them girls fight hard all the time, and they don't mix no words either. Yeah. They go hard, and I never saw that, and it's like I said, this is my 15th year. And I was like, I ain't never seen 15 girl fights in my life from girls my age, you know, just going through school.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I might see 15 girl fights. I probably done broke up that many since I've been working, since I've been teaching. And I was like, I used to say the whole queens don't swing. They'd be like, yeah, right, mister. Yeah, we've been to get at it because she came at me wrong and blah, 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 man. It just be crazy.
Hey. And bottom line, we both know that a lot of that shit stems from the house.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. It stems from their damn house, man. Because like, it seems like, man, that we are more interested in, I guess you would say, basically how much material shit we can get instead of a more of an educational thinking, man. It's like everything right now is materialistic, man. Everybody think that you are better because you dressed a certain way or you are some shit like that. But it's like we don't have no type of, I guess you would say, academic competition for us with our thinking, like steel sharpen steels type shit. It's like we don't have that.
I got there's a brother, man, that probably I don't have many friends on purpose. But one dude that I'm real close to, an educator, that's what he's like. He's like, man, y'all pay for these athletes to play baseball while we don't have academic teams and debate teams. And so he's trying to get that going through the district to where like, hey, and he put together a team of kids at Moon, and they went down to Moore and they beat up on them kids academically, you know, and like, so we're there. We have the kids there, but they're not, you know, it's almost like, you know, someone has not sponsored that team, and they're usually not, it's usually not the district. District doesn't pay for those typically. They do the band stuff, but I don't know that, no, I take that back. There is money for debate and academic teams, but you gotta form those teams and stuff. Like if I go to a school, I know for a fact it's going to be a basketball team, no matter where across the district. But there is not a debate team, even though there's funding for it. And the reason why I had to backtrack because I done seen it.
Basically, it's not high on their to do thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you just have to find somebody who want to do it, and that's the thing with like say like if you live in the Edmond district, Edmond has debate. It don't matter if Mr. Leak left or Mr. Wallace left, Mr. Taylor left, they gonna have debate. But in our schools, programs die when the teacher leave, except for athletics. So no, I mean, and like I said before, those teachers, man, you get whipped mentally. So say like I one year, this is a few years ago, I had a kid in my class who read on a college level. I think they said year 14. His classmate read on a second grade level. You see what I'm saying? And so we have those big disparities, and it's just hard for them to, you know, and those kids, like that kid on the read on the sophomore level, that kid would be on a debate team. He would be on the academic team. We have those kids in our buildings across the district. Now, I know the school might say that they're not doing well, but we have those kids. And if we just, if it's pushed, like my brother's pushing it down there at FD Moon, he put the academic team together, and he had one when we were at Roosevelt. But someone just has to do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you know what's crazy? Like I said, now we can sit back and like I said, it goes back to accountability. I feel that our people, man, Black people, man, we got to stop expecting for people to pay for our education to do.
Right.
People say that everything is too goddamn high, but how in the fuck is the liquor store still going?
Yeah.
How's Newport still the #1 seller amongst niggas?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't see no dispensaries that's going out of business because it's too high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I say, man. We have our priorities are misplaced. You know, they all over the place, and it's just not. And when it comes to stuff that's important like that, we leave it up to whoever, as opposed to taking charge of it. Like, say like I'm gonna say my kids. My kids went to a school. And they went to school with all of their friends, and they had been going to school with these kids since the kindergarten. So, you know, that's like a party in the school. Hell, if I know everybody, the teacher can move me all over the classroom. I'm still gonna be talking to somebody because I know everybody in here. We've been knowing each other for about 5-7 years. So I had to send my kids to different schools, and it wasn't because, and I actually liked the school that they were in. So I had to wake up early to take my kids to a different school because that was better for them. I told you my son graduated with a 3.7. If I had left him at the school with all his buddies, he probably would have graduated with a 2.6 because he was a class clown. So we got to make sacrifices for our kids. You know, we got to think about the long game, not about losing an hour of sleep. You got to think about the long game.
That's so we got. If we. It was a post on Facebook that said, I believe it was that white boy, Jim Carrey. He said, if you're not willing to sacrifice for a year to better yourself, then you still care about what people think about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what I was trying to, the point I was making with that is that, like, dude, we kind of just said it. Because you know, when it comes to us Black people, we got to keep on repeating shit. You know, like, dude, if we are going to make our children better, then we have to sacrifice all those, what you call, I'm gonna call it instant gratification that we looking for, and that's all we look for, instant gratification. We don't want to work for shit. Right. We don't want to work for a goddamn thing. I mean, as soon as little Ray, like you, and I know you done seen this shit plenty of times, like on Facebook and shit, and they be like, what's 2 + 5? God damn it, Ray, what's 2 + 5? You know what I'm saying? And mama getting mad and shit. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop doing that shit to our children, man. We got to. You know what I mean? Because like you said, it makes it harder for people like y'all. And then look at it, man. You got motherfuckers like Michael Jordan, all these rapper, drill rap, these motherfuckers making millions. Why the fuck we don't have millionaire teachers, man?
Yeah. You got to, you know, and that's the crazy thing too. Like, it's some school districts, the parents, because I've worked with people like this one lady in particular. She used to tell me, because she came from I don't want to say the name, but it was a suburban district, small suburban district, and she always got Christmas gifts. And the parents would take care of her. You know what I mean? She said they would always give me gift certificates, Christmas gifts. You know, they buy me purses. Like it didn't matter because they appreciated what I was doing for their kid. You know what I mean? But it always, it's kind of like the luck of the draw, like wherever you are. And we don't get that. We're not getting that. That's not my experience.
Y'all also, to me, when it comes to teachers, not to cut y'all, brother, but y'all not getting y'all due props, man. Y'all not, man. For anybody that's shaping our children to be our future, we gonna die one day, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that movie called Idiocracy?
No, I don't think so.
It's a comedy, dude. Matter of fact, I'm gonna screenshot the thing, but I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
But basically, Idiocracy shows that 1,000 years from now, how everything's got dumbed down. Everything just, you know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers went from trying to figure out the Sirius B star to fucking erectile dysfunction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hey, but the movie is to me, it had even though it was a comedy, funny as shit too, man. Even though it was a comedy, but it spoke volumes, man. It spoke volumes because like literally, like I said, when it comes to the teachers, I honestly feel y'all do not get y'all due respect, man. It's no way in hell that this motherfucking nigga that's a drill rapper, he finna sign a fucking contract for $3 million or some shit like that, and you got teachers that can barely make it to school because of bills and shit like that, man. And
it's just
literally shaping the future.
It's you know, that profession, you know, education has never been it's never been widely thought of, you know, like it never really has been held in high regard, in my opinion. You know that old saying they used to say, wait, those who can do and those who can't teach. So basically, if you could do it, you do it. If you can't, you just teach about it. So it's always been that kind of thing. And I'm gonna tell you though, parents can make our jobs easy if they just got on board with us. You know, you seen Karate Kid, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, shit, I'm Mr. Miyagi. Help me be Mr. Miyagi. You trusted me with your kid. Get on board with what I'm saying. And if you don't like what I'm saying, don't let the kid know. We're in a partnership, a marriage or whatever for the whole year. You and I together, whatever the parents, mama, dad, grandma, whoever, we all on board, because the purpose of this is for the betterment of the baby. So that's what we're trying to do. So when I have your kids in class, I got 27 kids in class, we on board. Don't talk bad about your kid's teacher in front of your kid, because your kid take it to school and that they talk the same way. That's why my mama don't like you. That's why my daddy hates you. You know, you keep talking, I'll call my daddy to come up here and slap you. He already don't like you. There's no reason. And that's what teachers deal with. But they get the cuss words. The real word.
When I was little, I'm talking about when I was going North Highland Elementary, Miss Eddie's, God rest her soul. I heard she had transitioned a few years ago. Miss Eddie told my ass up, man.
Nah, man, you can't do that no more. You get those teachers get fired, man. They lose their certification. That's why it's like I mean, you're not even supposed to break up a fight unless it looks dangerous. Like them girls I was telling you about, that they like, I can't wait on the principal to get there, because somebody is going to be bamming somebody's head on the ground in a matter of minutes, a matter of seconds. So when it look, you have to use your own discernment, and like this don't look, this look like it can get bad before the administrator get there. And so you might have to intervene. But if it's like just a little hair pulling thing or whatever, you stay back, because if one of those kids get hurt, then I can we quite possibly lose our certification, get suspended for sure until they investigate. School ain't like it was, man. If you have not been in a school in the last 2 years, then you don't know what you're talking about. Like as far as school go, school ain't even the same since when I started teaching. So the rules, everything is different, man. But I mean, it's nothing. I seen a teacher one year get suspended because she told a kid to shut up. She got suspended. You know, the kids, man.
He probably was interrupting the class, wasn't he?
That kid tried all year because she was an older teacher, but she was with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He tried to get her to quit. That was his goal the whole year, is to get her to quit. And then along about after spring break, you know, she's probably trying to teach, because, you know, right now we got after spring break is tested. So she's trying, and she was a language arts teacher. So she's trying to hit some key points, and this dude is, you know, doing something in class. And she said, "Well, you just shut up." Well, he had a video of it, showed the principal, teacher got suspended. And, you know, man, it's almost like I said, if parents would get on board with us, it would be a whole lot better, and it would be better for the child. And that's what we're working for.
And then they be want to blame y'all for something they you know what I mean? Like I remember, I think they was doing a protest down. I think it was in Moon not too long ago, when they was down there protesting about the education system, something like that. I don't know if it was it Moon, or was it it was one of them schools, man. It was one of them schools. I know it was on the east side. But they was talking about, as far as the educational. But I look at some of these things, and I know some of those parents. That was because it was all on Facebook. Yeah. I know some of those parents. Nigga, you ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, like it's like this, man. Like, let's say yourself, you break up a fight, and you grab the little sister's arm or the little brother's arm, and he trying to jerk away and twist wrong, break his arm, some shit like that. You gonna get in trouble for that shit.
I'm gonna lose my certification.
They so fucking stupid. I gotta bang on our people, man, because we do some of the dumbest shit in the world. You know what I mean? These the same motherfuckers that go out to clubs with their babies, and or either they're having some type of house party, their babies is right there in the midst of everybody, and then something like I said, something like that was to happen. They're not gonna listen to another adult who's actually trying to help your children from not going to prison. You better come fight the man or the woman for trying to help your goddamn badass child.
Man, I'm telling you, man, we the teachers, man, I'm speaking in general terms. Yes, for the most part, teachers want to see their kids succeed. But like I said, sometimes, man, the parents that come up to the schools, man, they put on these shows, and so the teachers. So imagine, right? One year I had 50 kids in a class. About the first week and a half, 2 weeks of school, until they sorted it out, put them in other classes, right?
Yeah.
So imagine I'm trying to teach, because it was geography, so I'm probably going over continents and what geography is about and all that stuff. So it's already too many kids in there. I got, let's say 10 in a class of 50 that just want to act up, right? And so I'm spending all my time. Now, this didn't happen, but this happens generally with a class of 30. You might have 5 kids that cut up. Yeah. Man, that teacher, by the time that teacher done taught one class, maybe 2 classes, they spent mentally, dude, and it's just 11 o'clock. Wow. And there's nothing you could do to the kid, because sometimes they you'll write them a referral, or they'll go to the office, but they'll be back right the next day. We call home, but they'll be back. in class, you know, pretty much doing the same thing. And so, but if we could have a parent, if I can call that mom or that dad and say, yo, this is what your son was doing. And I was just hoping that you could have a conversation with him and let him know that his education is important and stuff like that, and get that kid on track, then school would be better. But what happens is those, say like in a class of 30, you got those kids, it's only a handful that's going to disrupt the teacher. Let's say 3 to 5. So that means that 25 kids ain't learning, because 25 to 27 kids ain't learning because 3 or 5 kids is disrupting, and this teacher spent mentally. So teacher might have went home this weekend, like teachers across the state right now, working on their lesson plans and them standards I talked about, making sure that everything touch and trying to make everything interactive. And then you go to your first hour and the kids say, you know, get out of my face, you stupid blankety blank. And then you're trying to talk to him, and then another one is laughing, and then hell, by third hour, you tired mentally. You know what I mean?
I can imagine.
And that's 181 days. You know, I used to have teachers, man, that for whatever reason, I was always considered the cool teacher. So the kids always do what I asked them to do. And I would have teachers on my team, they would be crying, man. And I would have to go get the kids and set the kids in my class and have them to do that teacher's work, because they wouldn't act up in my class. But she can't teach the other kids because this kid is not respecting her, talking crazy to her. And it was like that, man. And that's why like teachers are leaving. And oh man, that's why it's a teacher shortage. They used to give out like 30 emergency certificates across the whole state. Now it's like 3,500 a year. They give out emergency certification. They used to give out like, it was a small number, and that was across the state. So down in Marlow, they might need one, and somewhere up in Miami, they might need one. But now across the state, it might be 3,500 emergency certified teachers, because the qualified teachers just couldn't take it no more. And they got out. And I'm not saying that the emergency certified is unqualified. They just didn't go through the teacher training.
Yeah.
They didn't go through the, you know, they might have went to college and have a math degree. Hell, they might even be a physicist, but they've never taught, and they didn't go and learn how to have the class management and how to write lesson plans and do that stuff. And so, but yeah, those people, man, the teachers are leaving, man, and it's tough. I would ask everybody who's watching to tell somebody, go to the school, help where you can. You go to your parent-teacher conferences, your open houses, make yourself available to the teachers for your kids' teachers.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's one thing I can't take pride on, because teachers knew me by name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took pride of that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like like the times of I'm talking about from the getting enrolled. I'm talking about from when they got in trouble. They ask my wife sometimes, but mostly because they know I come up there and sit down and pull their ass aside and threaten their ass. Let me tell you something, little
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. That's kind of how I was. They always ask for my kid's dad. They're like, and we know that teachers will be like, yeah, I got to call little Johnny's parent, and then the other teachers like ask for his grandfather.
Yeah.
Don't speak to his mother. You know what I mean? Because they know who's going to get that little kid to do what they're supposed to. And that's kind of how we are. But if everybody just took part, man, and like I said, in their child, like if you have a kid, go to the parent-teacher conference. I mean, you know, we go to the games. You know what I mean? Go to the parent-teacher conference. Just take a part in that kid's education. And I'm telling you, you will see a big difference. And if the teachers say that, you know, little Johnny is he's a little behind, what do I need to do to get him caught up? How can I help to get him caught up? Instead of saying, Well, what you gonna do to get him caught up? You know what I mean? Parents, take some ownership of your kid's education. And it starts at home. I'm only with that kid 50 minutes a day.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. Well, y'all heard it, man. We got some jewels, man. Like I said, from one of our dear brothers, our dear educators, man. And this is just not Oklahoma City, man. We speaking in general to all our people, man. We have to get more involved in our children's education, man, because you got to understand, man, with everything that's going on in this world right now, man. I mean, look at all, and I'm gonna have to say, I ain't saying all of them, of course, but a lot of these shootings, when they come to our babies, they not being educated on. I mean, all they if you come from an ignorant household and you dealing with a devil with a badge, you know what I mean? You get to going off like fuck you, all. It's a good chance your son might not make it home, your daughter might not make it home. You know what I mean?
Man.
We have to be a part of our children's life instead of going of talking about little Tay-Tay, gonna drop it like it's hot now. Look at little Tay-Tay, she doing it. You know all this old goofy ass shit. You know what I mean? We need to stop that shit, man. But I'd like to thank you, dear brother. We have reached our hour, man. And hey, man, the jewels you dropped was beautiful, bro. And I appreciate you giving me your time, man. And you know what's crazy? I've been looking at the views on this thing. When I was talking about gun clubs and all this other type of shit, I'm talking about I'm talking about this little eyeball thing had a gang of damn people. Not one bastard got on this damn thing, man. Because I guess because I got it titled schoolyard to the prison yard. You know, niggas don't be and niggas don't want that truth, that mirror in their face.
You know what I mean? We hate that mirror, man.
Yeah, it's because a good chance we talking about you. For the niggas that come back and look at it later on, we talking about you. Yeah. You and your babies. Your babies is making my big cousin go great, nigga.
I'm gonna tell you what. This is what I tell everybody, right? I say I need all of the kids to be great, right? I said, because I don't need them knocking me over the head, knocking my old ass over the head in 20 years, robbing me because they think that's the only way to make money.
Man.
So I need everybody great. I need them all. And I'm gonna do my best to touch as many lives as I can so that they know that ain't the route to go. But that's always, that's what I tell them. I need all of them to be great. I don't need just my kids in my house to be great. I need every kid I see to be great. Jeez. You know, because if they're great, they're going to be productive members of the society, and they're not going to be, you know, harming our elders and stuff like that. So I need them all to be great, and that's what I'm working toward. And you'll hear more about the summer camp.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, man. As soon as you get that up and popping, man, you need to let me know, man. I'll put you on there, man, so we can put it out, man, to Oklahoma City, man, so everybody can know. Man, please, man, hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button as well as the share button, man. Y'all got some jewels tonight, man. And hey, well, not tonight because it ain't that late, but you got some, y'all got some jewels this afternoon. You know what I mean? So please, man, be a part of our children's life, man, because our children is our future. Dude, if the children is fucked off, man, I mean, come on, man. Like I said, accountability. That means if anything happened to the babies in the future, you know what I mean? Accountability. Even with my son that I lost, accountability. I take that, man. You know what I mean? I gotta live through this hell until I die, man. Because I gotta wake up every day knowing that my baby's not here. Accountability, because I know I could have been more, even though I was trying, you know what I mean? But coming fresh out the print and shit like that, well, not fresh out, but you know, just being, I don't know how to be a parent. I'm learning this shit day by day, man. You know, and I got 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's a never-ending process of learning. You know, so but I would say, dear brother, man, thank you for your time once again, man. If you get a chance, man, put this on your Facebook page. For one, they got me kicked off, so I can, you know. they got me kicked off. You know, I get back on. I think I got like a week, and I get back on there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So so please share this, man. And hey, man, like I said, once you get that thing up and going, man, please let me know, man. And I pray I can get you back on the show, man.
Okay, yeah, no doubt.
All right, man.
All right.
This is your man, Al Jihad the God, Black Power, Crip Life. I am not a gangbanger. I am a revolutionary. Oh. All right, bro. Peace.
Love you, man.
Love you too.